We are lonesome animals that spend all our life trying to be less lonesome. Says you need to hit them where it hurts. Inflict as much suffering as possible. Murder and mayhem and other terrible things happen. He's sure you've seen it before. Here's the first line of defense. That's a bomb lock. That hit the spot. Wrecked it. Give those twirly wheels a turn. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Yes, the river tub's going down the drain. Keep going. That cage is holding a helper. Says they've been treated fair, but is glad to see you. Hopes you'll treat the rivals with the same. Wishes there was another way. A sharpshooter. The scaffolding looks unstable. Better stay clear of the red ray. Here's the second line of defense. Red means danger. Timber. Bet a big bump will bring it down. Switched off the light. A barrel shoot. Smack it to get a barrel out of it, then hit it toward the gate and blast it. That looks splody. Shoot it and watch it blow. Not too quick. Kaboom! You're in. Almost there. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Says you did a great job capturing the outpost. Says you're lucky to have the honor. Out of Date says he's doing his best to keep up, but from what he can tell, it seems you're making progress with the tribe conflict.
You
seem to get along with the Jagni tribe, which doesn't come as a surprise as you share an ominous outlook on life. But Out of Date emphasizes that solving the tribe conflict won't matter unless you help make a stand against the World Eaters. That's the sound of impending doom. Out of Date's premonitions of imminent disaster are true. The Porkypuff needs to be handled. He says the time has come to confront the Porkypuff at the end of the East Route. Goop is working on making his Goo Glide strong enough to break the waves out to the World Eater. You should get over there and see what you can do to help. Careful nothing's sneaking up on you. Sometimes you miss the sound of breaking waves, and sometimes you don't. That there's Subnautica Station. Goop flounders around in there. Let's see.
Yango. Ajitawa. Pawagwik. Ajitawa. Hompoga.
Gulpo ain't the easiest tongue, but I think he says he's happy to see a friendly face. Not too many of those around these days. Says it's good to see you again. He's Goop. You might remember him from the old days when he tried to teach you how to swim. Goop says you were always so righteous as a child, and he can still feel it, even at a distance. Goop says memories fade surprisingly fast. We are all pieces of what we remember. It's only together we can remember the story. He can't tell you much as he didn't want to hear anything about it. He can't understand how someone could be so vicious, even though he knows there are reasons behind it.
Mukan bali. Aji motalanti.
Goop says our memory keeps things for us and protects them until we are ready to face them again.
Yango.
He understands you've returned to face Lupa Lupin. That's the destiny you've been carrying within yourself all these years.
Rapiki.
He says that the catastrophe back then didn't vanquish the good in you. It's still there, as bright as when you were a child.
Vishni architect.
Now the time has come for you to remember and act. Your life.
Yatu buwila.
He understands why you seek revenge, but he doesn't think you...
Yes, that's the way. No arguing with that.
Sometimes your gut is flat out wrong.
Don't ever doubt yourself. You are number one.
Even the dark knows you're better than this.
Stick with me. We'll rule the world.
Kandwali.
Says life on the goo is wide open. You have so many choices of where to go. Some harder than others, of course. Which kind do you like?
Kitenko.
Hit the open surf, then. The trouble is you can only rely on yourself, at least until you reach a new shore and make new...
Manutai baradrade. Kitenko.
Figures the world is a goner. Even the goo will go gone.
Wanaptapako.
Wishes you hadn't done so much to make the goo even gooier.
Tuntwa.
Wonders why you're flapping around with the Jagni. They spend too much time nesting to do anything fun.
Tuntwa.
Figures you must have met different Jagni than he has.
Wingi.
But hey, back to the goo.
Titutuata. Yango. Urakia.
He can't leave the Subnautica station as the pollution has worn down the insulation of his suit. So you must salvage enough scrap to fix up his goo glide, starting with the old wreck box outside.
Wingi. Laisate manu. Yatu buwila.
You should return when you've retrieved the scrap. There's no time to waste if you...
Aji motalanti.
You're lucky that way. There's still cargo left on the shores from before the apocalypse. His best guess is a tower tanker hit a reef. This is turning out to be quite an expedition. Nice and steady. Just a few moves left. Make them count. A smart foe would lead. Cut that one down. The deeper the night, the darker it gets. You're half your health. It's a fresh morning. Maybe find some breakfast. Swing, batter. Ooh. Your key is gone. Key over. Right between the eyes. The simplest thing. That's just awful. Watch your step around here. Toxanol's offshore drilling caused oily matter to spread with the rain and contaminate both the groundwater and open surf. Looks like the switches need to be turned to match so enough charge can flow through the conductors. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Bristles like the hair of one electrified. You need to line up the switches so they match. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. There are tough times ahead, no matter where you go.
Mukam. Saluya. Mukam awali yatu bubuela.
He's got the goo glide functional. You'll have a pull hook and a salvage net, but no armor, and an engine strong enough to break through the thick goo.
Ajin botalante.
There's debris floating around on the surf that might be blocking your path or needs to be towed. That means you'll need a device so you can get... Goop says Gizmo's devised a cannon for the goo glide, but instead of bullets, it flips quacks. Squeaky distractions for the triple attentive Porky Puff, which will give you time to get yourself in position. The best way to find quacks is to talk to Gulp. He has the bearings of the Surfipelago and knows where the quacks like to float. This means you'll have the privilege of visiting Gulp in the Sinky Dink. He only knows what's visible to the naked eye. Gulp is not much of a babbler and mostly keeps to himself and his drink. Welcome to the Surfipelago, where the horizon rests on the surfy goo. You're poking around Hockwur, a prime village. Can't dance between those drops. This here is the Sinky Dink, home of Gulp, at the very least.
Yeah.
Let's see. Wonders if you should be hiding during the day. So many want you gone. He's pretty sure he's heard of you before, although the details are maybe a little hazy. He wonders if you have something for him to drink. Says it's both everything you could want and never enough. Says you look like you've got a powerful thirst to do something in this world. Good, bad, not really sure, but it seems like you've been drinking in your destiny and liking the flavor. Wants to know if he could point you towards something fun to drink, so that you could share with the tipsy tipster. You sure look like you could use a drink. Either way, he hopes you find a way to wet your whistle before the world comes to an awful dry end and leaves us all thirsting for more. Says life's like a mystery drink. Sometimes it's amazing, and sometimes it's awful. But either way, you can't stop drinking till you're dead. Sure, that's the point. But you can't stop trying new ones, or life gets dull. Says you should toast the end of the world, but you'd better hurry. It's coming soon. Thinks it's funny you wound up with the Jagni. They drink so little, like birds. Can't understand that. Everybody's thirsty. But who cares about them? Says you'd be as bummed out as him if you came for the hot stuff. The Glugmocker, Nimhimbibble, and his favourite radium syrup. That one's even more intoxicating now, aged in truck tankers and all. Without a drink, and radium syrup especially, he can't move, much less think, as the power of his mind is directly proportional to the quantity of syrup he swigs. That's why he's called Gulp.
Yringelengi.
The drink helps him forget the state the world is in, but it only lasts until tomorrow. The world figures the real problem is finding something to drink. He wants you to know he has other interests too. He's the Surfipelago's self-proclaimed ornithologist, for example. There are other ways than a cold drink to relieve stress, even in these dark times, and, fortunately for you, he can help. Watching Pippi's flap is calming, but better yet are the ones you can look at and touch, like quacks. Squeezing them is a great way to relax. Says he's not sure you can. Physically, that is. There's no squeeze in the world able to counteract his expansiveness. It's a fine ride. Had enough of that?
Hilse Surfala.
Agrees with you that the only way to get a fresh start is to set...
Usine koma sæd.
Says you...
Ranaja jälkeen nap ajude potapeika.
Seems...
Eguamua yusakraku waila
Says you must
hanuala.
wish it...
Nu så punche jo fader sen. Ole mig mau to be muline.
Let's see. It's poetic. That's a resource totem, a monument left behind by those that picked scrap, trying to keep the area clean. Plastic scrap like that over there could be useful. The Quack Hollow. It's just lonely. This might be the end of everything as we know it. Nothing's simple. It's locked. Dead yet. Lethal weapons. Made quick work of that one. This thing chatters death. Biohazard makes your skin crawl. You need to line up the switches so they match. Just a few moves left. Make them count. Good. That's enough electric current to initiate the actuators and activate the framework. Bet something's up there. The Tree of Life still stands. Question is, for how long? Point it in the right direction and blast. There's no reason to think this might explode. That's enough quacks to sustain the Googlide flipper with infinite ammunition. Goop says he was there when the Porky Puff took Out of Date's leg, so this World Eater has made it personal. After that, Out of Date started using his head instead of his legs and came up with the plan on how to best make a stand against the World Eaters, and it wasn't by foot. That's how he got tasked with rebuilding the Googlide. He seems happy to talk. Says you're welcome back. With luck, you'll spot trouble before it spots you. Another chug tunnel. Watch out for oncoming chug-chugs. So much damage. You're in pain. Shot through. Batter 'em down. You're absolutely drained. Might not need that now, but you will later. The underworld critters are meaner than anything. Took care of it. Bangarang, you're fresh out of key energy. There's no way to reason with hurricane season. There's a serenity about this spot. It's a The Mitomop outpost. The Myriad tribe meditated here long ago.
Nu så prinser jo
Wonders if you're ready now.
Emma sagde tro eller så.
He says it's about time.
Penne Lassie taler som os.
Says scouts spotted a moth nest close to the outpost. If you...
I to lugar så.
That's the idea. If everything works out as planned, the moths should cause a buzzing tumult.
Ole mig mau to be muline. Ille senere farani så tavle med.
That's the moth nest over there. This place is like one big secret that just get to it and destroy it. Your key energy is too low. Itchy trigger. Chop it up. Tapped hard. Swing back. Swing like you mean it. You're low on health. You don't have it in you right now. Bullseye. Bang, bang. The simplest thing. All things end. Nice work. No more moth's nest. There go the moths toward the outpost. They're good and mad. The outpost belongs to your tribe now. He says you made them weaker, but they won't give up. Your Sifu thanks you. Your tribe is growing stronger. Sharp shirt. He says you did a great job capturing the rival's second outpost. You've thinks your foes will flee before you can reach them. Feels like a dip in the water would be wonderful.
Aminzak öbe nukudu gizratri butaucha.
Let's see. Wonder what's all the way out there at the edge of the surf. What can't you take? This is a quarrel spot. So many wars have been fought over this patch of dirt. What a waste. along the ropes. Fight between the arms. Proton. Already drained yourself. Hurts less now. Good for whatever ails you. You maybe want to find some shelter.